Welcome to the Out There channel, live stream 232. I'll just cue the intro and I'll be with you in a minute. Truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. There's El Grey. That's a wee bit late today because my alarm didn't go off. I'll explain it in a minute. Can't always trust the third-party apps. Good to be back. Okay, let's have some fun. No swearing, no trolling. Susan the Terminator will sort you out otherwise. She's in the side there. I wonder how long Susan will last. So I normally go through a few helpers. I think people get sick of it in the end, It's a job without any benefits. Otherwise it's not switched over. So hopefully I sound good. It sounds alright this end. I think the volume level's about right, but I didn't check it fully. Seems a bit lower than normal. Hang on. Let me just check that quickly. So how many people out there? It says we've got 4, but it hasn't updated the tickers yet. Let me just check the level here. It says 96. Should be loud enough. As it tends to crackle, when I talk very loud. And we don't want crackling. So yeah, I got a new Android device, and I found out the alarm only has one weekly one on it, which is useless. Android default clock only allows you to do one alarm. It allows you to do a daily one, or one program for some other day, and that's it. And it doesn't allow you to add another weekday in, which is kind of weird. So I had to put this third-party app on, set the time, it's all looking correct. I checked at the game this morning, no beep. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So yeah, I might have to do some testing of it, or look for another app. I suppose it's not running in background is the problem. So yeah, got a few tabs here, but mostly it's pretty easy going stuff. So who's out there? Susan. Why's the tickers not working? Don't tell me they're down today. They should have updated by now. What's going on here? I bet it's gone down again. Damn it. I have to look at that in a minute. I really hate third-party sites. I'm probably going to have to write some code to do it myself. Unfortunately, OBS tickers don't have it. Saturday Debunks. I'm not sure if I can open it up and check. Oh no, it's just updated. So yeah, it's obviously overloaded in it. So how many minutes did that take? Quite a few minutes there. Oh well, I don't need to check then. It's looking all right now. Okay, so it's rewatching. Lurkers. Robert, is he out there drinking? Or is he gone to bed? So what's first up? I suppose get the brain into gear. So Mr. Goof on radio, who talks about UFO cases, doesn't give any solution to them, and just says, yeah, it could be aliens or balloons, but doesn't prove it. Now here's a case in point here. Never wrong call. He said it was a bunch of balloons and lights in a balloon. I believe a big balloon with lights inside. But he obviously hasn't heard of LED kites. So this is a towel you can get for kites that flashes up and down different colours. Because you need towels for kites unless it's one of the triangle ones where it's sort of made into an aerofoil with various lines on it to control how it's flying. But yeah, this is the video here. One of those balloons, it looks like one of those balloons. Balloons mad. So yeah, there's the picture of the clip I took from the screen snapshots. And you can see it's identical to a kite towel. It's just that they've turned off the LED lights on the main kite there, which will be black, which you can't see. Or they've probably got some other, what do you call it, length to the towel, because these run on a little watch battery, which means the kite could be further up outside the camera view to create a hoax, right? So you always got to be aware of hoaxes using modern technology out there. Looks like I bit my tongue in the night too. It hurts. Okay, so it's not point in playing the clip that he's looking at. I just wanted to point out that it's not balloons this time. Yay, a non-balloon one. So this is a lead kite towel. And obviously if you search on it, lead towel. So if you've done enough cases like I have, you get used to seeing these things, right? So there's one that's come up straight away here. A really long one. Extremely long. But normally you get the kites like this with patterns on it. And there's an example of a kite in the sky, but if you turn off the LEDs on there, you ain't going to see it. And if it's just a little short tail, it's not going to bend like that picture over here. But yeah, there's some videos up online that you can see where they got kites flying around. See, that one's going to be pretty bright in the sky. There's one that you can't even see the outside of the kite. Another one looks like a UFO. One that looks like a dragon there. Chinese like their dragons though. Kite tails. Looks pretty cool. There's one flying. That'd be fairly big too, I'd say. And it glows at night time. I can see how the Mothman might be created using that. Now these are daytime snaps. You got one here that powers by the wind, so you don't need batteries. So it just lights up. You can see here the strips. Lights. One that looks like a shark. But yeah, it's a lot of kites out there. What's that one? Kind of looks like a weather balloon up the top there, but it's not. It's a kite. Shows how big they can get. There's the people down there, right? So that one's as big as a couple of people. If I fly those at night time, you can get some height on them. Yeah, so you just have to be aware of what's going out there. Let's see, there's probably some videos of people flying these at night time. Let's see. There'll be some advertising videos, won't there? Videos. Let's have a Google search will let us. Tail lead lights. How to fly a lead kite. Rainbow tails. That's what we're looking at in that picture. Is it running a bit slow? Oh, that one's multiple colors in it. I thought it had a video. I thought I listed videos. Here's one here. Remote controlled lead kite. So they don't even have to have fishing lines. What's that error message popping up now? I had to reinstall my Windows. Well, I had to do what do you call it? Factory restore, not factory restore. Recovery point restore, because it's screwed up the registry settings. And now I'm getting that strange error before it disappears. So obviously a festival. My internet's slowing down. Oh, here we go. So yeah, of course those ones are flying all around instead of keeping it steady in one position. Of course Chinese like that because it looks like a dragon in the sky, you see, or a snake. But if you've never seen one before, oh look, that one's even got a laser pointer on it. Did you see that? When it rotated, they've put a laser pointer on it. But these ones have got no strings. These are flying by remote control radio. Look at that one, looks like a UFO flying across there. That one there, look. It's got no tail on it at all. See that one? That was quite a good one. Because if you've got like a propeller on the front, you've got so much energy in that little propeller. It's like 1,000 times that of a normal plane. Because you can actually fly like a phone book around. Someone made a phone book, you fold it in half, and you open up to the pages, and then you glue it, and then you stick a propeller plane on it, and you can fly it around. Because the engines are so powerful, you can just lift them up in the sky. Yeah, I wanted to see that UFO thing again. Where was it? Let's zoom in. They look like a lot of fun, actually. I didn't have anything like that in my day. I had crappy old kites that I had to build out of bits of wood. There we go. There's a laser pointer. See that? That was pretty cool. Look, shining down. And where was the UFO one? Which is a triangle one. Here it comes. Is that the one? Look, they're flying. Flipped it around there. Did you see that? That's pretty cool. Here it comes. You can start to see it looks like a TR3B. Meow. So yeah, just be aware of that. You can easily be fooled. I'll give you a link to it anyway, so you can have a watch. Copy. Hey guys, looks like we only got the mods in the house today. Lead kites, UFO kites. No strings. You could imagine you'd have limited direction if you had strings in it though. So yeah, we don't need that anymore. Fortunately, you need to open up full screen to close it. So I'll post that link there to my comparison snapshots to his video there. So as soon as I saw that, I could see it was a kite tail. Nothing to do with balloon. Yeah, so 14 years, he hasn't learnt much, so other than talk garbage. He claims to be better than me, so good luck to that. So this brings us to his next one that he did, talking about this one here, which I've already covered years ago. It's called How to Identify. Let's see. See if we can see what I'm typing. How to identify UFOs, and I break it up into categories. It was a fairly old one, so I could probably train people. That's before I knew how to do live streams and all that. So why is it not going? Okay, so let's see. Why is Tyler coming up? Let's see. I don't see it in the list. That's strange. How to identify. Okay. Must be something else in the type in there, is it? Can't see it. Don't tell me they stuffed up the search now. Here we go. How to identify. Did I spell it wrong? Oh right, I spelled T on the end, didn't I? Hey. This one here goes through like 26 categories. It should have been 27. I forgot to put plane lights in the categories there, but it's still pretty good. And I go through probably easy 100 videos in it. And one of them is the balloon. So let's see if I can find it. How to ID UFOs. To look for signatures. So there's a section there on balloons, obviously. Why is it not coming up? Come on. So there you go, there's the famous thing. I knew I had seen it before, but I didn't do my own analysis on it. But it's fairly obvious it's a balloon. So last one was looking at that picture there, and then it goes into the balloons. Obviously I'm talking about each of them on my $3 mic, I think it was. Happens. Here are some examples of UFOs that were later identified as balloons, and it'll give you an idea. As you can see, there's so many different variations of mylar balloons that you can buy for your kids that have helium in and will rise up to the sky, and from a distance it will look like a UFO, so or UAP as it's now called. Here. It's quite funny really that... Okay, so there's this particular balloon we're looking at, but it doesn't look quite the same obviously, because it's fully inflated, and there's various designs of it, which I'll go over it now. Anyone could see. So I don't even know what that one is, but it's called Amy. Is it Amy? Me? What do you call them? How'd they say that word? ANIME. Is it Amy? Is that how you say it? I'm not too sure, but the Japanese are big on it. Some Chinese are as well, and some Europeans, but me not so much. Ultraman series apparently, but just carry on. See that and think it's a humanoid alien floating in the sky. So many people believe it. It seems that many people in Brazil and Mexico and South America, and also those balloon summoners, all think it's a UFO. But you can see as I carry on that how easy it is to be fooled by what you see in the sky, especially if it's out of focus or over bright. From yes, it is a classic weather balloon, not the two-story one that someone mentioned. But yeah, you can go and watch that in your own time. It's a really good one to watch actually. That's 43 minutes. Everyone keeps going on, I got 3-hour ones only. It's not true. Only half of my videos are live streams. So what is this one? So let's go through my analysis here. So I know it was the Ultraman thing, so I had to look for... This is MUFON talking about it. And I didn't into whatever that is, what he was trying to say there. He was singing some crazy song, kids song. What was it now? Instead of talking about the video, but he's going over some website here that's done some analysis on it, saying it's a humanoid with armor, as you can see. So oh, so you're saying do 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 do. What's that? Sesame Street? He's singing Sesame Street songs for it. But he didn't actually give him any solution to it, so I'm going to give a solution to it. He said everybody thought it was a balloon, but people were talking about it having armor. So here it goes, further down. Looks like a face coming into view. Looks like some armor, you know, like the... So yeah, it's totally waste of time. Character balloons, as we just saw a few before, are many. You just have to type in character balloons, and you get a heap of them. Of course, not all of them are helium, but most of them are. There you go. There's a whole heap of them, right? Mickey Mouse. There's the ones with the Ultraman series, I guess. Whole collection there. Teddy bears. What's that guy called? SpongeBob. What's that guy got here? All sorts of ones. Imagine if that took off. Mickey Mouse seems to be a common one. Unicorn. And this goes on forever. And of course, all those get released into the atmosphere at some stage and can make it up to plane height. So yeah, what did I do? Well, he said he couldn't zoom in on his live stream. He doesn't have the capability of me like that to be able to zoom in on something and actually see what it is. You can see how blurry it is from the screen snapshot there. So I sharpened it up and all that sort of business. And that's the best enhancement I could get. So we'll just go over it. Where's the other picture? There it is. So first thing I did is lightened it up, sharpened it to see if I could see any other details. And you can see here I got a couple of examples of these Bolon Fall Cricketer Ultraman. What a name to say. Of course, you can see they form these various shapes. Some are a wee bit longer, some are a wee bit fatter. Some have these little hoopy bits that go around, and some don't. Some have these bits in the middle. So as you can see here, I've pointed out the bits. You can see here's the blow up bit here, dangling down. And you can see the other foot over here, which is slightly out of view. And then you got the curvy bit that going around here, which you can see here is there, but it's not terribly clear, but you can see there's a hole there in the middle there. And you can see it matches up with the colors. So I made it a wee bit brighter, which means the reds become more pinky here. And you can see here it's got that sort of jagged edge here. Whoop, super soon. Which would line up with the head of the balloon here. You can see it almost identical. It's got that bit in the center there. Then it's got a roundy bit. Let's see if I can get the mouse pointer back. So you can see the middle bit here lines up with the head bit here. And then it goes in a wee bit and then curves. You can see the curve in here. And then you got the other bits, and so when it gets less deflated, it shows up more. It looks like it's got eyes here and here, which I don't think it has. It's just an optical illusion. But if you have a look closely here of the yellow eye, you can actually see a hint of the eye coming up here, which matches up with the balloon. And the other one's here, but you just can't quite see it. And I think the dark markings is this headdress bit painted on here that we're seeing. And of course you got the mouth bit here. So if you look here, it looks like it's got some white bit, a brighter bit here with the dark bit in the middle. Looks like it could be there, the U-shaped pattern appearing. But as you see, the pixels are not quite there. But yeah, it sort of proves how easy it is if it's far enough up in the sky. You ain't going to get the details. Of course, it's not a very big balloon, this one. So if you typed in searches Ultraman, probably have to put balloon or character. We'll start to get some images of it. So there's quite a few variations here. That one looks like it's darker picture. It's the same thing though. It's very similar. But there's not too many of them, so but that was the one there, I'd say. Looks very similar with the curvy bits going out and the bit underneath. They're all very similar, so there might be some variations out there. Pretty boring though, once you've been shown. But yeah, you just have to do the research and then do the analysis on it. Unfortunately, from an image you can't deflate it, so the body sort of bends upwards here and becomes a bit more loose. So yeah, I just get fed up with these sites that are not actually giving solutions to people and just saying, yeah, it could be alien critter, and then they get some money from it, the side chat. That's ridiculous, really. So the Ultraman balloon, I think I'm probably the only one that's done full analysis on that properly, with graphics, debunked. So it had to be done a bit better than my original video a couple of years ago, just to prove to people that it's not a critter. Alright, so on to the next thing. We've got some news about a UFO outside the International Space Station again. Of course, the people, magazines are there plugging it. What they're saying, let's have a look. Alien breakthrough, UFO spotted, International Space Station, International Business Times. So this is typical of reporters that don't investigate and just take it from a UFO channel and just post it up. Express is terrible for that. Who's in charge of that now? Used to be John Austin. Can't quite see his name there. NASA officials baffled after space cameras caught UFO. That's a total lie, which we'll see in a minute. NASA films a mystery UFO following the International Space Station for 20 minutes. All lies. They knew exactly what they were filming. And UFO Jane gets caught up on it. So yeah, I'll just play her little video clip here, what she's got to say, and then we'll break it down. Looks like she got 22 likes for it for some reason. I've got an error message. Now, what's that mean? Reload time. Must be something cached, I would say.
Hey everybody, it's UFO Jane from TexasUFOsightings.com and the Weird
loud.
UFO Show. Now, you guys may have seen this headline. NASA officials baffled after space cameras catch UFO following ISS for over 20 minutes. This is from the Express News UK, and as far as I know, it's totally false. NASA officials have not commented at all on this. However, they may have tracked a UFO, and not just for like around 20 minutes, but 3 hours. There's a whole lot more to this story. Let's get into it. So the story initially originated, though, from a YouTube channel called Skywatch International.
What's the other one that we suspect Sky? I would have thought it might have had it, but that sounds like another crazy UFO channel, doesn't it?
Which came across some interesting live NASA ISS footage, which appeared to show NASA tracking an anomalous object. They uploaded this footage to YouTube. Cue the headlines. Now, I researched this, and I'll get into more of what I found in a moment, but right away, the community online, you guys online, were sharing different theories with me. The leading theory early on was cube satellites. However, it doesn't look like cube satellites to me.
So it was cube satellites, little tiny ones, isn't it? Without the solar panels. I suppose that's an example of cube satellites. Don't know. What are we looking at there? Advanced technology. Quite hard to see a screen snapshot there.
So I kept investigating. Other people had suggested it was the SpaceX Dragon resupply ship, which also had a scheduled ISS arrival. This was Friday, February 21st, by the way. However, again, didn't look like that to me. I kept digging. There was another cargo ship, the Cygnus cargo craft, that was also scheduled to be at the ISS on Friday. Again, though, just did not. This is what the Cygnus looks like. And this is a poor photo, but we'll see more detail in a moment. Just not adding up. Now, the latest theory, in part due to a YouTube channel called UFO of Interest, is that this is a Japanese experiment module. Again, just like all these other objects we're talking about, was scheduled to be at the ISS on Friday. Excuse the dog growling in the background if you can hear. He's talking in his sleep, growling in his sleep. Not gonna wake him. This is what that Japanese module looks like. Again, to me, I don't know.
So I think that's the solution, and we've got a news clip here. So there was a lot of chat, as you can see here, from UFO Interest. Published a full video sequence about all the activities related to the component called ISS Exposed Facility, part of the Kobo's inter-orbit communication system, which was jettisoned by the Canadian robotic arm. So let's just have a quick look at that one. Because there's always going to be something obvious, you know, because let's just face it, NASA's not going to be filming a UFO for 3 hours for everybody to watch it, right, or 20 minutes. It's just not going to happen. So this is another YouTube channel. We'll just play a clip on it. Don't know if it's safe though. How many subscribers? 57. He hasn't got too many, so we'll just keep on playing it then. And give him some plug. So yeah, the news clip is probably a bit better than this now. So this is what's been going over the whole week, pretty much. It looks like it doesn't talk on it. So there's what it looks like. It kind of looks like a square box. A little satellite dish in it. So let's have a quick look at it. A module. So obviously the antenna comes out on a little arm there. And yeah, kind of strange looking. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. When you start to see the video, you can see the shape of it on the video. And you can see the robotic arm is now lifting it. And you can see, because it's orbiting the space station at, what is it, 17,000 miles per hour, that it's going from light to dark already. Doesn't take long to orbit. And now it's back into light again. So yeah, there's quite a lot of footage there. And then it releases it. But you can see here, you know how we're talking about, depending on the camera angle, how the city lights below show up on when it's really dark time, with the Earth passing underneath. And here's another angle. Obviously it hasn't been sped up. I don't think it was, the Earth spins that fast in the last sequence. think it's been sped up, but I might be wrong. Maybe it does travel that fast. $17,000 miles per hour. That's pretty big though. But you can see here, just by changing the camera angle, you can see parts of the planet below differently. Well, there's the object going there. Let's see, has it got a nighttime shot? That one doesn't have it. So yeah, UFO Jane.
That's a clear explanation. So really what I can conclude, not that NASA was tracking UFO or aliens or that this is some type of soft disclosure, but I don't think any of us know what was captured on this NASA ISS feed. Furthermore, there was so much more to it than has been in the Express News or anywhere online. So here is the original ISS stream. I'll link it in the description. You can watch it yourself. It's 3 hours. And it's full of weird stuff that I can't explain to all of the. We see the object seemingly separating from the.
So you can see here the planet looks like it's going downwards now from this angle.
ISS. It's a little bit better of a view.
So that looks like a normal speed there.
And then it's continuing on its journey here. By the way,
I think you probably get parallax movement as well, wouldn't you? The space station moving, Earth spinning.
I have it.
So this is a far away shot of it. I'm not sure if he's going to zoom in, but you can see that square blob unit had a raised bit and then a lower bit, and you can see here it looks like two squares joined together, which is exactly what it looks like. So it's definitely the same thing.
2 times speed here, and you can see almost looks to be changing shapes and colors. But it doesn't end there. This video keeps going and keeps getting weirder. So here at the 30-minute mark,
okay, the sun's gone down
we
again.
see NASA has another object on its camera. Now, I don't know that this is the initial object that was being tracked.
I think it's just the sun reflecting off why it's gone into darkness where the station is. So it kind of looks like a square shape there again, if you have a close look at it. It's not round, it's sort of oblong. And the sun's just reflecting right off it there, causing lens flares and reflections.
New one, it's stationary, and it's actually going to start to fade out here, as if it's traveling away though.
So he's saying it's traveling away, but as we know, because they're spinning so fast, it's gradually moving away from the angle of the sun, which reflects back less light. So let's see, it's less reflective now, but it's still can't see the shape of it, overexposed. And you can see it's got a beam of light going there. Onto the camera lens due to lens flare. Was she not talking?
Not sure what we're looking at. Let me know in the comments if you think you know what this is that NASA was looking at. It
looks like those
like fading away or disappearing here. Let's continue forward, and we see that object we just watched here. But now it's going to be joined by a new one. So check out here. So this comes up, and I have it at 2 times speed. This is what it looks like, normal speed. Steadily moving vertical, at least from our perspective, alongside this bigger light. And
yeah, looks like
it will actually go all the way out of the camera's view and all the way up to the top. So what are we viewing here? Is this SpaceX Dragon, the Japanese module exercise? Are aliens visiting? Is this some type of soft disclosure? I don't know. I am used to looking at videos that are filmed here from the ground on Earth, so I'm pretty good at identifying things that we film here in our sky, but I don't typically watch these ISS feeds. But I think it's important that we do watch these together and learn from them and understand what we're seeing up there in space, especially if something like UFO and alien disclosure were really to happen. Let's watch it disappear out of the camera together. Toward the end of the video, at the 2-hour, 45-minute mark, we see the same thing happening again.
She's having trouble spreading it out to 10 minutes there, isn't she? So she put more ads in it.
And this bright, solid light hovering.
Where's
And
that
then
guy's email?
another one coming right up. Speed it up. And it's going to do just like the other one. It's just going to go out of the camera sight, up in a vertical line. So if you guys do choose to watch this stream yourself or any other ISS feeds, keep in mind there will be periods of loss of signal. You'll see big blue or blackouts due to sunset and sunrise happening. So just ignore those parts, skip through them. You might see something that you can't explain like this. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think in the...
Well, what do you think, guys? Are you going to help her out? I'm just going to email this counter guy because it's annoying. Your counters are down or slow, very slow updating. I don't think they're updating anymore. Reboot. I don't think he would have millions of people on his server, but you never know, he might be under attack. A DDoS, as they call it, denial of service. His name is Chris Smith. German name in America. Okay, so see if we can reboot that while we're on. Normally it's at the end of the string when he does it, and it doesn't matter then. Forever and having to let him know because he doesn't check it himself. Yeah, so can do it with her now. But yeah, I'm not too sure what she's trying to do there. She's coming across like a debunker, but then she's doing like a goof on radio does, saying, oh, I don't know, it could be soft disclosure. Are they trying to give us a clue that UFOs are real? Nah. Okay, so what do we got here? I think that's the news clips here. No, that's not the one. Okay, so there's another picture of that thing. Square box, you can see how it was sort of like had a black line in between, but you can see way it's cut. It's halfway. It's got the antenna and it's going to be showing it in two parts because of that indent there. But yeah, when the sun was on it, obviously if it's aimed this way, that dish is going to reflect the light right back at you. So that's what we're seeing in that sunset one, right? And there's some diagram that she showed of a series of modules. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the robot arm connects and releases them. So I guess each of the modules have different things. And it's kind of interesting how they do that. So I guess they're going to let it burn up in the atmosphere. I don't think it has a parachute system in it. Let's see. I was hoping for a bigger picture. That's the biggest we got. Okay, let's see if I can zoom in on that. So as you can see, the antenna pops up out of the bay. So there's the middle bit I was talking about, where it splits it in half. So if it's angled towards us, it's going to look like a brick. And because of the hole there, it's going to maybe dim and look like it's two bits. But yeah, not terribly exciting UFO. Where's the news clip? Gone viral. Yeah, we're seeing it. I normally have, it looks like all the same posts, right? That's because the way Twitter does it, I make sure that I don't lose it. Okay. NASA astronaut Doug Willock explain what's the mystery UFO tracked. Okay, so let's just open that up. I'll just open it up properly. There's the error message. The Rick and Bubba Show. What a name, eh? So, we just need to start it and...
which is going to carry us back to the moon.
Any update from...
Just give them up here.
Heat shield, but most of our resupply capsules are they burn up in the atmosphere, and so they're completely disintegrated and burned up in the atmosphere. And sometimes we do that in a controlled capsule, and sometimes things are jettisoned from the space station that have outlived their useful life and are no longer functioning. And so we release them, we jettison them at a planned trajectory, at a planned time, and we release them, and they go below the space station and end up deorbiting and burning back through the atmosphere into dust. And so, so
there you go. The astronaut's telling you there. So that newspaper article is telling lies. So if I just copy that discussion panel there, you can go and have a listen to all of it if you're really interested. So we're up to 6 watching and 5 likes, even though the counters are not updating. Just close that one down. So yeah, that's UFO interest. I suppose I should already post a link to his. I'll go and close them all down now, have I? It's probably all the same one, is it? You can go and go to his channel and find all his posts. He's got like pages and pages of them on the same thing, and he's sending out tweets to all the newspapers. Of course, that's normally what he does, saying it's fake news, do fact checking, which they're never interested in. So yeah, you think there'd be some regulation on what tabloids in UK can publish like that? Because that's just misleading people, creating fear mongering as well. Could you imagine if they talked about the virus can't create a vaccination for 10 years and it turns out to be a fake story? What sort of panic that would cause? So even that's got worse now. It's spreading all the time. It's up to about 86,000 infections worldwide now, mostly in China. But we got one in New Zealand now, so that's not a good thing. And the death rate now has gone from 1.5% all the way up to 3.4%. So it's gradually going higher and higher. But maybe that's still mostly old population, old people, people over 60. I suppose that's the generation in would call them agent. Anyone over 30 is old, right? So yeah, especially if you're in the 70s and whatnot, right? Looks like the guy that does the counter has replied. That was pretty quick. What's he saying here? YouTube has banned the website from using YouTube APIs, but I do not have. Yet we still got some counters. So YouTube's stuffing everything up, right? Even though we've given permission for that site to access. Damn it. So I'm going to have to do my own stuff, right? Stupid Google. They probably knew I was using it, probably, to just cause me problems. I got some counters to pop. Oh. And then stopped. Weird. Yeah, so what's he said? YouTube has banned the website from using YouTube APIs. I have contacted support, but I do not know. I will hear back. Yeah, you have the same problem as me, mate. They never reply back. Shitheads. You can see why mass shooters happen, right? Google are part of the problem, not the solution. So yeah, just close down this tab here and move on. And don't need that one. Yeah, I'm not too sure if they're ever going to update further than that. Kind of weird. I haven't got a backup set up yet. Another thing I need to do. Yeah, on to the next thing. Orb shooting laser beam. And it's our lovely guy called UFOman. He's got 78 likes for it so far. But I have to give it a thumb down here, because it's absolute BS. So we'll just see. Let's just play a wee bit. I haven't had time to really analyze it, so we'll do it online. Sounds terrible. I didn't slow him down, did I? I don't remember slowing him down. It's not turned on. So what have we got in turned? Oh, that's right. I turned it down here so I could see where the laser beam happens. I must have remembered my setting. Okay, so let's speed it up again. He does sound better when he's
received a bit of footage from an anonymous donor on February 21st. It was filmed.
Sounds like a security team, anonymous donor. So why is he anonymous? Because it's obviously going to be a fake, right?
2020. Due to the fact that there is absolutely no frame of reference in this video, it's hard to tell how large it is or where.
So that was meant to be the laser beam there. You saw it flicker. It looked like a straight line that's been painted in Photoshop.
It's located in the sky or which way it's moving, etc. But I found the footage to be kind of interesting because of how it's firing a laser beam of light toward the ground about 4 or 5.
Yeah, so let's turn that off there.
5 times.
So to me it looks like a stationary light with a move in the camera is my gut feeling so far.
Take a good look, make an assessment.
So what's the problem with this footage so far? It's very dark and it's got a white blob. Normally when you go outside filming stuff, you normally get street ambient light, houses in the view, you can see some stars, you normally get some other stuff reflecting. Now this is not reflecting, so straight away I think it's been hoaxed, but how's it been hoaxed is the question. So let's just grab a image of that. Although it's not 720, probably should up it really. Of course, we need the original source, but he sent it anonymously. Quality. Okay, it doesn't look like it's done much different, has it? Okay, so if we grab that. Well, actually, before I do that, I'll make it a bit bigger. Now, let's just have a look at it and see if we can get some clues what's going on. A regular follower wanted me to talk about it. I said, you got a thing for UFOman, like I have a thing for Tyler exposing. He says, yeah. He finds him annoying. But yeah, he's still small fry with 30,000 followers. So I managed to get the screen snapshot of the laser, which took quite a lot of time to get it because it's less than half a second where it flashes. So I just got that image there. So which is the latest one? That one, I think. Okay. You guys not talking much down the side. What's happened? I've got this terribly itchy nose. Yeah, so let's just run it through some filters, see what pops out in the background to start with. Where is it? Curves. So since there's no other light sources apart from this, why can't we see much in the picture? You can see here nothing's popping out. It's very suspicious that it's been edited or it looks like a light source though, rather than a Photoshop, because look, we've got little specks of lights coming from it. But how would you do that so it's all black? That's my question there. Let's try black swap with the color swapper instead of the brightness, and we start to get some other examples of light being bled from something there. So straight away to me that looks like something being filmed on glass. That's my gut feeling. You see the reflections here. Could it be a lead torch? But how would you get the black thing behind? Wow. Glass with a black sheet of paper behind, and that's reflecting some light on the glass coming back out. That's my gut feeling on that one. We're not getting any other reflections. And you can see it looks like a main part of the torch there, and light spreading outwards there, and then it hits this glass here and then causes refraction and reflections. So that's what you can do with filters. But yeah, if there was other stars in the sky, clouds, that would be popping out in the scene, right? So we know this is obviously manufactured somehow. So let's just carry on and look at the laser beam, see if I can capture it. Slow it down again. Susan watching and learning. Hello Snipes, how's it good? How's it going? Any news on Lions Ground? Yeah, not really. YouTube ignore me and they ignore him. Support won't even reply. We've been muted, basically. They treat us as idiots, which is a shame. And yet they quite happily promote these fraud channels and pay them. It's quite disgusting. Speaking of which, I had a snapshot here. Where is it? Which is I'm going to talk about later. I think I had it here. Oh, here we go. Speaking of people throwing money at idiots, I feel sorry for people throwing money at this tool. Save your cash, folks. For $50, most of YouTube will tell you anything you want to hear. I won't. I call bullshit when I see it and hear it, and you don't have to pay me for me to tell you it's bullshit. And you can see this guy here sending 50 Canadian dollars to this strip here, which is not UFO anything. It's this UFO dribble. Again, he still hasn't got it all set up properly. He's a laugh. Really, you go and watch him just to have a laugh at him, really. He tries to play videos and it's got no sound and you can't figure it out. You know, you're meant to do your live streaming not public. You're meant to, you know, when you're doing your tests, you do it unlisted so no one else can watch. And you just, you and your co-host or whatever do some tests, which is how we normally do it, me and Robert. So yeah, complete idiot. But you can see here, Google aids these people and they make a lot of money out of it. And of course Google wants people to do live streams because that's where the super chat comes in. So the way they got around with people not wanting to do live streams was to create this thing called Premiere, where you can upload a normal video and you can turn on super chat with it and it will start playing like a live stream. And people will start talking on the side, which Dolan uses quite a bit now. So he'll do a pre-recorded radio show, and then his wife will upload it as a premiere. Not say that it's pre-recorded, and it will actually look like it's a live stream. And people will start chatting down the side and throwing money at it. It's a good way to make money. Instead of just uploading it, right, they can't throw money at the thing that's being presented. I haven't used it myself yet, but it might be a way if we get into trouble with live streams. Like if you lose your live stream and you can't upload if you get one or two strikes, right? On YouTube, you're pretty much stuffed. I think the first one is you lose live stream access, and then next time you lose upload. So yeah, what we'd do then, we'd still probably do a live show, but it would be just offline, and I'll upload it later. And do try the premiere function if it ever happens. But yeah, they've improved that people can't put wrongful strikes on you and take you down just to stop you being able to do your live streams, because they see that as censorship now. So yeah, back to the video. So let's see if we can we'll just slow it down again and mute it. Let's see if we can catch this laser beam on the high res. It's very hard to do though.
Where it's located in the sky.
Aye. It's not in the sky though, you driphead. You can see it's a fake LED torch reflecting off a piece of glass with a black backing. Now we've had this guy on before, I think, that was faking this stuff similar way. I'm pretty remember I looked at another piece of footage that they did very similar. And you can see here I don't think it's the torch moving. The torch will be static, probably on a tripod, and they're just moving the camera around very slowly. Would be the easiest thing to do that. And you can see it's got motion blur happening because the camera can't capture it fast enough, so it makes these funny shapes. And looks like it's going off bottom of the screen. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, here it comes. Yeah, you're good. You're a bit late. That's alright. Not too many people watching today. Well, it's actually 8, but the counters are down here. He's trying to get response from Google, but once they've blacklisted you or muted you, you're pretty much screwed. No, I'm not sure why they would blacklist them though. It's kind of strange. I've been using them now for what, probably a couple of years now. Hasn't done anything against the rules. So yeah, where's this laser beam? It happens really quickly. We're slowing it down to every half a second here, a quarter of a second. Yeah, it's pretty boring. I don't think there was any talking on the video. It's just Tim blabbing. Let's just double check. There's background noise there. I'm not sure what that buzzing sound is though. Oh, there we go. Look like a straight line drawing on an editor after, doesn't it? So let's see if we can get that. You can see how fast it went. So this is at 1/4 of a second. That was less than half a quarter of a second. I'm not sure what that sound in the background is. It's like a slap noise. That's not UFOman still, is it? Probably is. It's probably his audio. Okay, so it looks like we missed the laser thing again. I thought you might be able to hear it click the torch or something like that, right? To me, that looks like it's an After Effect added on. It's very hard to get it though. It's the sort of thing you have to download and rip it. See, I just can't get it. The Google Play does won't let us do it. It's just so quick. See, if it was a laser beam, you would expect it to be smaller than the dot itself. Like a little pin line, if that's far away. You'd be very lucky to see a normal laser beam without it spreading out, because what happens once we get a snapshot of it, if I can just get it right on that frame. I don't know if there's a little frame or secret key that they've now added that allows you to do frame by frame. Oh, there we go. So let's grab that and do some analysis on it. Kind of looks like a sperm there, but it's gone right off the bottom of the video, which is kind of strange. But I wanted to get the sequence of it. Does it suddenly appear, or does it seem to go downwards? That's the question. Now, it doesn't look like a laser beam. To me, it looks like it's been added on post-production. Looks like a straight line with some fading at the end, which you can do with effects and editor. I can't remember how I did it now, but I know you can do it. Self-learning's a long process. Okay, so does it act like a light? Like it should bleed some light, right? Or is it added in by Photoshop? Okay, so let's just run it through the filters again to bring out any background light. And that was using the same one as last time. And to me, that almost looked like it's been photoshopped. Okay, so it looks like it's been added on, right? It's perfectly straight going on there. So let's just reset that. Play around. So as you know, laser light should actually bleed some light around the outside of it, and we're not seeing that. So that means it's got to be edited. That is a light source because we can see it on the glass again. But this straight line is just a Photoshop added on. So what do you think of that one? You think I'm correct? I think I am. I just can't get any other light source to pop up. I think it happens twice in the video, but I don't think we'll waste much more time on it. How are we going for time? Looks like it's a straight line that has the fill tapering off. But it would be good to see how many sequences where the line starts being developed. So because it's going so fast in that split second, must be at least half of a quarter of a second there. So whatever that comes out to be, 1/8 of a second. I don't think it's going to be firing a laser beam. Plus it's not bleeding light like the other one is. So to be consistent, that should have light bleeding all around the outside of it. So yeah, it's a fake. And that's if you're going to put it up on a UFO channel, you should at least debunk it, right? So let's move on. I'll just play it normal again. I don't think that's the noise in the background. I think that might be tin. So we'll just play it back a wee bit.
This is the original unedited full-length raw footage.
Okay, so that noise we were hearing was actually cars going by. It's amazing how different it sounds when it's slowed down. Now you can see it looks so fake. That straight line. It looks like it's over top of it. I don't think it's outside. I think what they're doing is that they're like a sliding door in the house, and they've got the traffic going by outside, and they're filming, letting the sound come in, to make it sound like they're outside, and it's actually coming in on their porch where they're filming this, probably. Bit of glass leaned against the house with a black backing. Just aim a torch at it and film it with the outside noise.
Yo hace rato estoy arriba. No, pero aparte es raro como se mueve también.
So what?
No es un avión.
What
Eso
country is that? Anyone pick up the language?
seguro. Seguro que no es un avión.
Russian? Ukraine? Turkey?
Un helicóptero de juguete tampoco. No, mira, el movimiento no es es muy raro el movimiento que tiene. Aparte está muy alto.
Hang on, that sounds Italian, doesn't it? Yeah, so
¿Qué?
so another red flag is because it stops filming, obviously, because we don't see where it disappears to. They don't pan around. They don't supply a daytime snapshot of where they were filming. There's a lot of red flags with this, and obviously they didn't send it to MUFON to be properly investigated. No wonder. Yeah.
Sí. ¿Qué opinan, chicos, ustedes que es?
What did you say? Faggot or something? Anyway, just moving on. Enough of that rubbish. What else has he put up lately? Let's have a quick look. He's got something else up. It's always rubbish he's got up. Breaking news off Google Earth. No, we'll have a look at that one. What's these guys up to? Message retracted. Okay. Is it retracted? I thought it said it would have been redacted. Censored. You get on the keychains. Oh, right, you're talking about a little LED torch. It could be anything like that. With the button pressed down just on a little tripod and just move the camera around. Because I think you'd get more reflections if it was the torch moving around. The torch reflections were constant with it being stationary behind the glass and the camera moving around. Well, if the torch was moving, I think you'd see more light reflections, even though you don't see it on the original until you put the filters in. So let's just carry on. Let's have a quick look at this one here, the breaking news. So when was that put up? Oh, it has terrible music.
It's UFOman. I've got some footage off of Google Earth of a possible plane abduction of an Airbus by a large light. Received this footage from a friend of mine named Richard over at Alien Bros, who pointed out that this appears to be a large light that is in front of an Airbus passenger jet.
Yeah, it's just a light. So, yeah, I wonder if he's got some coordinates to that. Probably not. And we can have a look at it ourselves if we want to. Alright, he actually has. Is it on Google Earth or Google Maps? I bet it's not on Google Maps. So let's see if we can find it on Google Maps. I think Google Maps are more current actually. Out at sea. Oh no, there you go, it's on Google Maps. There's the plane. So let's have a look at the rest of the picture. You can see a lot of reflection off tin roofs here. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be a sea buoy. What do you call them? It's got a reflected thing on the top, and it's reflecting light back at the satellite, same as this has on the building tops here. Well, it could be another small boat at sea that's reflective top on it. That's what it is. It looks less reflected when you go down there. Now that's what it's going to be. It's really obvious, really, isn't it? A UFO, man. A buoy. I think the Americans call them buoys, so we call them buoys. Or some, I don't know, it's a stupid word. B-O-U-Y. Yeah, it would be like that. And it's a reef there, is it? Or is that the sky? It's a bit hard to tell sometimes. Makes sense to put a little marker there where the channel is. So it looks like a channel goes around here, and I need to turn to that direction there. Oh yeah, so let's see if it's on Google Earth. So that's the first time I've seen that, because first of all, you got to go through all the logical explanations before you call anything a UFO. These people don't. They just want the views and clicks for cash. They don't care about the UFO topic. It's very annoying. Let's search. So here we go. It's going just above where New Zealand is. Fiji. And no plane. It's not gonna suck up a plane because there's no plane there. Oh yes, there is. Okay. So let's go back in time. So they're using the same map. Where's the time thing? History, images. So let's go back in time, see if we can see that blob there and other pictures. Of course, it might not be there. It could be a small boat, like I said, rather than a buoy. Now this is the feature you don't get on Google Maps. You only get it on the Earth as previous years. So that's 2004. That one's overcast, so we ain't going to see much on that one. It's one to include that one. I think that one's overcast too, I think. Or was it actually looking at the sea? Sea top. Oh, it's the sea top, that one. Let's go back to that one. Looks a different colour there. I reckon it's sea and sky there. Oh, there's the cloud. So that is sea and sky. Cloudy. And next one. Clear day. Looks of it. So let's just zoom out again. Almost clear. It's got some cloud coming in. But I don't see any buoy, unless that was it there. What's going on? How do we get out of this? It's normally a cross, isn't there? No, you just have to scroll backwards, is it? No. How do we get out of that? Exit. Oh, there. So he's on the screen. Okay, what's that there? Looks like, is it C? Just takes us in. Okay, let's just keep on going. Overcast. Semi-overcast. And overcast again. Not really many pictures to go by. A wee bit foggy. Yeah, we just ain't got the detail there, have we? Okay. The question, was the plane flying or was it like anchored? Because that makes sense if it's a seaplane. It could be anchored to the buoy. Okay, what's happened here? Hey? Where's the exit thing? Hasn't got an exit thing. What the hell? It's just optical illusion. Next one. And is that a seaplane landed there? Tied up to a post that's reflecting. Again, we got no idea what time of day it was, but it's beyond our scope of our tour. We're only allowed to go back a year, and that was 6th of the 9th, 2017. So yeah, it's not much we're going to do with that one. Is it a boat? Reflecting. Certainly not a UFO, is it? So you can see here that it's not a defined shape once you get too low. Where's the exit mode? Seems to got rid of it for some reason. What did I do to get rid of that? Now it's going in and out properly. Yeah, I don't know what we can do with that. Just the overexposed something reflecting. I was hoping to see in other pictures, but nope. What's Google Earth have again? It's a bit easier to deal with it on here because it doesn't zoom away. Now let's just grab an image of it. That looks like a seaplane there though, doesn't it? Oh, what happened there? They screwed it up. Okay. Okay, are we getting a boat shape there now? A seaplane with a boat meeting them out at sea there, could it be? Changing colours is doing crazy stuff. Let's see, lighten. It's not helping us. Darken. Should do the same thing though. The color swap was giving us more to deal with there. Could it be like a coral reef that's got something on it? Possible. As a marker to stay away. That's my gut feeling. It's got some sort of reflector. I don't know if that's a shape of a ship happening or a bit of island. But it's the best we're going to be able to do with it, I think. Certainly not a UFO. You can see here it's not, doesn't fit a UFO shape. If anything, if we tuck down the thing, you can see here, looks like a chunk of coral reef sticking above the sea. Here, it might be just very reflective white coral. I don't know if there's any other where on the map we might have an example of that. You see how reflective that building is there as in comparison. Same brightness. What else we got around here? What's that there? Aha! Another UFO. And you can see here, this one's definitely an outline of some coral reef. Looks identical to the bit we just looked at. Where's it gone? Oh, what's this up here? Triangle! Triangle UFO. Just wonder he didn't put that one up. That's way better. Two triangles. Mother ship and a baby one. Aha, you can see how white the caps are here with the surf. So it's the surf rubbing against the island here, creating these white patches. More than likely water going right over top of it. It looks like a wave coming this direction. That's what it is. It's water caps going over a little chunk of island. You can see here it's got some underneath the sea as well. It's got a dark patch there. And we go up here. And we got different layers happening. That's going to be the same as the bit that we just saw. And the plane just happened to be near it at the time, or it's anchored near it. For divers, obviously. That makes perfect sense. Instead of using a boat out there, just land a plane on it. It's probably safer. Yeah, you can see how big that coral reef goes. Okay, what do we got up here? Another UFO. Or was it a boat this time? Kind of looks like a shipwreck. That's another possibility. It could be like a broken up ship. that makes even more sense than a coral reef. Because when we looked at the shape of it, it had a sort of like a pointy bit when we had it thing, which kind of looked like the front of a ship. A seaplane with divers, more than likely. Okay, so that there definitely looks like a ship. I suppose I could get grab of that and actually have a look at that one. That looks far more interesting shape, that one. Like, people spend their life going through Google Map and all that, right? And finding all these artifacts, which are just boats and just camera artifacts due to the overexposure. And of course, we were talking about X-testers last Sunday that did a series, and one of them was on Google UFOs actually. And it turned out to be droplets of ice on the lens. It was creating these like silvery blobs on the photographs, and they had to airbrush them out or redo the photograph, which is a bit hard to do sometimes because it costs a lot of money. But they weren't UFOs. So that one there. I was supposed to be going to run out of time for MUFON stuff at this rate. Color curves. Okay, this one's definitely got more of a ship shape to it. Because it's on the reef, right? Front of the ship here. It's being dragged along. Looks like the bow has been broken open, sort of bent around through the power of the wave motion. I bet that's a ship there. But then when you do that, could it just be damn cloud? See, this is where you got to keep running it through different filters. It looks like a cloud over top of an island on that one, but it's a bit hard to know because we're mucking around with it here. This is where you need to go there and actually investigate. See, it doesn't look like a cloud there with the island. As soon as we cut back the glare, it starts to look like a reflective coral island again with some cloud above it. Now, I don't think we can really tell if it's a boat or island again, but it's still interesting. You can see how the clouds pop out here. Definitely looks like it's highly reflective, which would suggest a metal hull. Artificial reef called a boat breaking up. Shame we can't fly down to that location. See if we can find it on here. Whereabouts was it? Up here somewhere, wasn't it? It's a shame you can't click on the link here and it actually takes you to Google Earth. How do we find out coordinates on it? GPS. How do we get GPS from map? Don't want directions, we want info. Measure distance. Right, what's that say down there? Can we copy it? It's got Fiji there though. We got a picture here. Is it? I think it's moved it though, hasn't it? So what are we looking at here? Could it be a sandbar? Certainly white sand there. Don't think it's the same location though, is it? Okay, let's put that in Google Earth. I'm just interested in it myself because this is how you learn to analyze satellite pictures, which I don't normally look at. Here we go. Looks very similar. Go back in time. Still a white blob there. Because we know those are overcast these days. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Is it a sandy beach? I don't know. Certainly a different shape in there, isn't it? So, could it be a shipwreck still? I don't know. Has it got I think it might be just white sand. Little island with a lot of white sand on it. So what we're thinking is coral reef is actually little white islands of sand. Where's it gone now? Disappeared. Where's it gone? Underwater. Still there, but it's underwater now. And it's not there. 2001. Eh? No data. No data. Where's it disappeared there? So if it disappears, that could still say it's a boat, right? So it hasn't crashed there yet. Oh, here it is outside here. Let's go back again. Where's it gone there? Disappeared. Not there at all. Under the water again. It looks like a sandbank, doesn't it? That's what it is. White sand underwater there. Has to be. Or coral. One or the other. And then it's super bright there. So that's what we're looking in the other picture, obviously. It's a shame we haven't got no street view of it. Where's it disappeared there? It should be out here, shouldn't it? Overcast? Yep. You can see how the satellite builds up the image here on this one here. Look, you can see it's stitched together from other days where it's passed over. Well, the same day but different times of the day. So you can see here the cloud was moving in. And of course something happened to the satellite. They didn't take the rest of the picture that day. Well, passes the next 4 hours and then it's cleared up. But yeah, clearly overlaying different pictures. See that? So that's where you get these strange cloud patterns happening on the sites out there, claiming to be streaks in the sky. You know, you've seen them on Tyler's channel. But there's a clear case of stitching errors. But anyway, enough on that one. So yeah, we're just in the end we've determined that it's got to be like a white sand coral island that's just reflecting a lot of light back upwards, and that's what's happened here as well. And what looks like a shape of a boat just is that. It just happens to look like a boat when it's not. Optical illusion again. And that's just a fake. That's been photoshopped afterwards. I wonder if it's going to end up on third phase of the moon, that one. So what other garbage does he put up? Let's have a quick look. Fake. Island, Coral Island, unknown sighting.
France, filmed on January 17, 2020, in regards to what appears to be 3 lights in the sky, causing quite a stir on the street down below. There are multiple witnesses. Report was made saying there was actually no sound noted except for the witnesses on the street. Hard to tell if there was a sound in the sky.
Okay, I saw some street lamps there, so could it be straight away lens
because the witnesses
flare?
were quite loud and boisterous. But these 3 lights hovered in place for over 25 minutes. One light does disappear at one point and then come back on.
There's the 3 lights.
It could be a TR-3B hovering over Bordeaux, France, but that information is still unknown at this time. This report has been forwarded to MUFON
See how the light was flickering there?
and New Fork.
Ah, there we go, the 3 lights. Debunked instantly. LED lights 1, 2, 3. And because just changing the camera angle, then you're getting the reflection at a different angle.
Here's the original footage.
There's the lights. Lens flare. It's the same as that 1952 one, where they faked it with the Washington building lights outside, and it had the lights of the UFOs flying above it. It was actually lens flare from the very bright lights they got in the photograph. You can see how small the lights are, because you're only seeing the very middle bit of the filament. Or the LED, but you can see they're not evenly things, so it's probably not going to be the same light. It's going to be one of those other brighter lights on the street. So that's why you got to pan down. So there's 1, 2, 3. So the distance probably matches up there. I don't think it's these 3. 1, 2, 3. Unless we're picking up 2 of them. We need a pan back, really. The guy's obviously doing it on purpose. 2 lights there. I'm not sure if we can get a street view. Where was it? I might be able to flip the lights. Gotta remember the camera inverts. So it goes upwards and the left becomes right. So it inverts it like your image in the mirror. So you've got to think of it like that. And of course the lights are reflecting through the glass of the camera lens.
There was actually no sound noted except
Yeah, straight above the light sources there, right? Misleading again.
And then come back.
Okay, so there's the two lights there, and that's the other one over here, I think. I think we're looking at it like
Back
that.
on.
He's moving it straight up above those ones there. So those two lights over this side are reflecting in this direction upwards, and that one over here is reflecting the opposite.
One were quite loud and boisterous in the sky, because except for the witness.
Let's see, is there any way we can do that in the editor?
Made saying there was actually no sound noted except for the witnesses on the street. Hard to tell if there was a sound in the sky because the witnesses were quite loud and boisterous. But these three lights hovered in place for over 25 minutes. One light does disappear at one point and then come back on. It could be a TR-3B hovering over Bordeaux, France, but that information is still unknown at this time. This report has been.
So I think
the original
those
footage.
Three lights here, or that one and those two. Bit hard to do it, but you can see what I mean. That was going to be lens flare. Okay, let's have a look at this one here. Just total garbage that people put up for clicks, which equals money. Crappy music.
Flashing light.
Oh, this is going to be ridiculous. This one is clearly.
We have an unusual clip of a large multicolored flashing light that appears to be behind some tree limbs, filmed on February 9th, 2020 by Linda Miller outside of Monterey, California. Make an assessment and leave your comments below.
So, what does it look like, guys? Looks like one of those lead balloons, the clear ones.
Is this a solid vehicle with multi-flashing lights? Or could it be a biological entity that has a...
It's one of these wedding balloons with the clear wedding balloons, LED. That flashes multiple colors. Red and blue. Images. Straight away, it's one of these clear jobs. These ones here. With multiple color lights in them. There you go, look. Blinking different colors. Someone's probably attached it to the tree, right? And just making look it's filmed behind the tree. Just absolutely garbage. That UFOman can't see that. Unfortunately, we haven't got a video of them blinking though. We could have a look, I suppose. That'd be an ultimate comparison. So how do you know it's not a UFO? It doesn't do anything crazy and the picture doesn't shoot off. People stop filming it instead of it disappearing. Okay, we got some footage here. Let's have a quick look at that one. Yeah, I shut down my counters because they're not working. So yeah, it's always a problem, isn't there? So these are the party balloons, setting them up. Or one type, I should say. There's plenty of them out there. And that's a little tiny one. Add some helium. Look how big it gets. Quite big. little balloon to a bigger balloon. Whoa, that's pretty good. So there's actually a big one. Expands quite a lot. We're going to see it lit up. You know, if you film that slightly out of focus, it's going to make the lights expand. Alright, so they've got blinking colours inside as well. So really want to see that out of focus, just one of them probably, and see how it compares. But you get the idea. Of course, there's going to be bigger lights and all sorts of things you can do.
Plasma-based energy form
So
or energy wave pattern. What do you think? Let me know below.
To me, it looks like one of those lead balloons, mate. That's clearly out of focus and being filmed through some atmosphere.
Is this a solid vehicle with multi-flashing lights, or could it be a biological entity that has a...
So yeah, again, could it be, could it be, could it be? Well, tell us what it is. Don't just say, oh yeah, it's a critter. Do some analysis on it.
Quote unquote, I am awake and watching the skies. I do love photography.
There's a point there where you could actually probably see
Quote
inside
unquote.
it there. Look, it looks like a line of something going around the balloon.
I am awake and watching the skies. I do love photography and making videos.
Is that a cable I saw there? I saw it looks like it was on a cable.
Linda Miller, the videographer of this footage, said, quote unquote, I am awake and watching the skies. I do love photography and making videos.
Looks to me that's almost one of those fishing wires that you can't quite see.
I started
Looks like it's being moved along.
with a Nikon P900 and now have a Nikon P1000, and in the process of learning how to...
There you can see lines going through it. Clearly something inside the balloon there. Or around the outside. It's a bit hard to tell.
Use it and all its zooming capabilities.
That's just crazy. I can't see the tree anymore. Went into the tree that I was meant to be behind.
I also use a Panasonic 870.
Oh, look, I'm pretty sure I saw a thin line there.
Process of learning how to use it and all its...
It just when it flashes the brightest, you can see like a cable.
900 and now have a Nikon P1000. And
there, it's really hard
making videos. I started with a Nikon P900 and now have a Nikon P1000.
Looks like a cable coming down here. Hang on, let's see if I can see it. Just the way it was flashing before, but yeah, just can't see it in the zoom. It's very fine. It was very fine. Let's just grab an image of that and just enhance it, see if we can see anything pop out. I know it's a waste of time, this one though. Where is it gone? Yeah. A P1000? Yeah. Same one Rob's got, right? You need to get yourself a wedding balloon, mate, and do a comparison video. And so yeah, Paul's correct. I know Mick West has got all the gear because he can afford it. Alright, so let's start. What's it on at the moment? Try lighten. Not showing anything. It's very hard to see cable unless it lights it up. What's that? See, there's a line there. See that line? Kind of suspicious. There's a horizontal line there. You can just barely see it. There you go. You can see it now. What the hell's that? Okay, so you can see it's definitely a real video. We can see that the pixels are there. And you can see again, like I was saying with the other picture, where it didn't have enough light source bleeding into the picture. But yeah, look, there's a line with a hole in the middle which goes straight up to where the balloon is. It's going straight up to the anchor point on the balloon there. See, that's what you can do with filtering. You know there's something there. Damn UFO, my foot. Busted again. What are you guys saying? Crazy soon. Could it be the sun reflecting off the water? Was that the last one we're looking at? No, I think it was off the coral sand island. But it could be some waves crashing over top too. You saw how reflective the whole image was that particular day. The way it changes colour is exactly the same as the fast colour changing RGB LEDs. Yep. That's another signature. You can measure the flash and strobing effect of LEDs and the time between, and you can then match it up frame by frame with the video if you really want to. In the video analysis, it's a tedious process at Debunks, as you know. How many people would actually believe that's a UFO though out there? Come on, seriously. You'd have to be skeptical of that being a UFO. And just shows how many people put fakes up, right? We looked at 4 videos there in a row, and all of them have been faked. Someone was faking it with street lights, lamps, and this one's faking it with a wedding balloon. And the Google Earth one is just an artifact through reflection of the islands, coral islands, or sand islands. And that's why they had little triangle bits as well, you know. And the first one was clearly a torch on a window, which then had been edited with a straight line going down as a laser beam. So 4 videos in a row there on UFOman, and they're all fakes. So there seems to be more and more fakes being put up on YouTube than there is actual legit videos. But yeah, I think that nails it there. Let's see, what did people say to that one? So you can't see that horizontal line with the hole where it goes straight below. But you can when you apply different filters for it, where you change the blacks to different colors. And things pop out, right? The background pops out. If I cut that whole scene there, you'll see to me that I was talking about that first video, that you'll see, I'll get his logo as well. You'll see there'll be other light anomalies in the picture that you can't see until you run it through the filters. My eye's playing up. Yes, I went to the eye hospital. They said it's not super bad yet, but I could have my operation scheduled and it's going to take 3 months to 4 months. I said, okay, since you're busy, I'll push it for another 6 months and then we'll look at scheduling operations. So, yeah, that's to come in future. Okay, so now we can start to see that line again. You can see here that it's bleeding light reflecting off something here, probably the lens of the camera. Or maybe he's filming it through a piece of glass as well. So yeah, but you can see here at least we got more stuff popping up on the screen. So if it was outside, but this shows how crappy smartphones are. What I thought maybe a black background, maybe just that the smartphone's just damn useless, and they were filming it through a glass anyway. But it just shows up as black. So this carry on.
And in the process of learning how to use it and all its zooming capabilities,
So where's the tree
I also
bits?
use a panacea of drones, techie stuff, and gadgets. I also like exploring different areas and flying my out what it is. Do you think you know what this object is? A UFO? Or is it
Ridiculous. Do you think it's a UFO, guys? I really hate channels like this. I really do. Oh, there's the tree one. Let's have a quick look at that one.
an assessment?
Let's grab that one there. So is he filming it through glass here is the question. There we go. Okay, so you can see here, unlike that first video we looked at, there's a lot of background ambient light popping through, which could be other light sources or stars. Oh, I'm drawing a line on screen. But there's that line going across the bottom again. There's meant to be a tree here. So what's this line here? That's the good question. Let's go back to the original. Don't think it's part of the player, is it? Way I cut it. Because I had it there. It looks like, no, I haven't cut it wrong, because there's the player right on that one, and there's that line going across. So that could be the edge of a window, and he's got something stuck outside there, a black pole of some kind, because it looked like it was black. Looks like something black. Definitely something black there, isn't there? Could it be a table with the thing on the table going up to it with a, and he's gone around and filmed it through a tree on the other side. branches going through. Or could it be that the whole thing's on a tree? We're just not seeing the branches on that angle. And that could be part of the tree coming up. And it's just tied it onto a tree. It could be something as simple as that, couldn't it? Because I'm not seeing the rod on that particular one, but obviously there's got to be a tree limb coming down here. And we're just not seeing it in the colour. Let's see if we can get the branch. I reckon it's just tied it to a little tiny tree and it's just filming it on different angles. That's what it is. Where is it? Why can't I see curves? Why can't I see curves? Oh, there. Okay. Definitely a little extra light in the background. So we're applying a filter on a filter now. May not be the best thing to do. Okay, we're starting to see more things pop out now. Looks like edge of a window, I think. Again, filling through glass. Maybe. Or a bedroom window, or a thing in the tree outside, tied to a tree. I don't know. It's I thought we might be able to see some branches, obvious branches, but we know it's going down this way in that picture, but we can't see it. And we know about here is the edge of the window, and the branch is going down to the edge of the window there. It creates a little black bit on the edge. Anyway, not much we can do with it. We just know it's not a UFO. And this probably we should just go and have a look at some MUFON cases now. Got half an hour or so. I don't think it's worth going through all the rest of his stupid ones here. Daytime sighting of a tic-tac. Didn't we cover that one before?
It's like, wait, yeah, I'm zoomed in all the way.
Okay, what is it, guys? I think we may have looked at this one before, have we? Looks like a plane, doesn't it? Distant plane, side view of it. We got no ground reference here. Look, he's not panning down. Distant plane flying away. And because if you're mucking around the speed, it's a lot harder to see the flashing lights. That's if you see them in broad daylight anyway. Oh. That was just getting interesting then. What happened? Whoop. Yeah, it's a bit hard to tell if it's a plane because you don't always see the fin, right? If it's a drone, it could be one of those white drones. So this is going where you need to use the apps, right? You need to bring up flight radar and actually see if it overlays a plane flight path to it. And then you can eliminate it being a plane and then sort of break down your list. And I guess there's no information. You can plug it into the tools afterwards. And all those caps here. What a mental guy. It's terrible reading caps like that. That's just disgusting. So we've got a date, but we haven't got a time. And of course you need a lot more information than that. So where's it from? Yeah, so obviously someone that's got another YouTube channel that's trying to put up UFOs and hasn't been submitted to MUFON. Yeah, so is it a balloon, plane, or drone? All three of those are possible. Did I see a blinking light then? Too much distortion on it. Yeah, anyone's guess on that one without the actual more information for it. Pretty wasted time, really. And of course, obviously, they stopped filming it, which you never do if it was a real UFO. Looks very much like the other plane one we looked at here. You see, the Utah one, which we knew was actually a white plane going in the opposite direction because we looked it up. Alright, so UFOman is a con man. So yeah, on with the other bits of news. So Susan is in the process of adding chapters, and I'll just show you what I mean. Like DVD chapters. And if we open that up here, a link to one she's done. Can't use the embedded player though. Got to click on the YouTube logo to open it up. And then pause it. If you go to the description, now we're gradually changing it that way. So if you want to jump to Donna Clayton, you just have to click on that link there and it'll take you to it. And Buff Ledge, next one, and so on. So that's done on one of the Roberts live streams we did. So that breaks up the 3-hour ones to roughly where we start talking about different things. So if we want to go to ATIP, click on that one there. Hopefully it will take us there. Did it? What happened there? Should have taken us to 12,545 seconds. Which is what? 12,000. For some reason it's not doing it though, is it? Let me see, 12,000 divided by 60. 200 minutes, so that should be way at the end, shouldn't it? So divided by, that was 60, gets hours. 3.5 hours in, which is a 4-hour stream, so that should be right. Yeah, I'm not too sure why it's not jumping there. Looks right. $12.1 there. That's kind of weird. It should be doing it. Why is it not doing it on this one? Normally it should put the time at the end here. Let's open it up in another thing. Open in tab. Has it done it properly now? Nope. I'm confused. Why is it not working? It used to. Let's copy it and paste it then. Maybe Google's mucking around with it. Copy, paste. No, still not doing it. Really weird. Crap, why isn't it working now? I don't know. Used to work. Let's try a different link. Try one before it. It's not doing it. Might be because I've got this plugin that stops it playing, maybe. I don't know. Could be something to do with the refixing. Maybe it had an error, didn't it, on the player when we played. It shouldn't be this hard. Well, try it out on your screen, see if it works. Looks like something's gone screwy here. Copy time. But yeah, it should be working. Auto quality. Yeah, beats me. Let me just close it and reopen it. Why is it not closing? More weirdness. I'll just close that down too. Close that one. Okay, let's try now. Nope, it's not going to behave. I have no clue what's going on here. Yeah. Cut and paste should work too, though. Now let's try the comment. You got it pinned in the comment. Maybe it's something to do with description. Ah, that worked. It works in a comment, but not the description. Google done something. There you go, that's working. Straight to where we wanted to go too. Good one. Yeah, so that doesn't make any sense whatsoever why the description wasn't working. Let's try again. Going backwards this time. No, it hasn't moved the line. I can't see anything I've done wrong. It's got the time there. But it hasn't, if you look down where the click link is, it's got rid of the time at the end. See that? That's where it's going wrong. What we're seeing is not what we're clicking. How stupid is that? I don't think there's any way to change it. It's got to be like a Google takeover. Oh, that's a shame. Inspect element. So let's have a look. How do we use this tool? So just looking at the web page code here. Fence console. All the horrible code underneath. But what's it? There we go. There's a lot of code on that page. Where's the text disappeared to though? Network. Sources. Watch. Right. Now what's it doing here? You can see it mix around with it all. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like this editor. Styles, properties. I prefer it as a text page. Not sure if you can get that. View page source. Probably this one's better. So whereabouts is the code? Holy crap. All this stuff underneath. Let's tear it just there. Okay. HTML for you. A script. See, this is all the stuff it does under the background. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Plus they got some encrypted scripts there, so you can't see what it's doing. Oh, yuck. And it converts all that to what we see. This is why you don't do it by hand anymore. This is all done by some sort of compiler thing, by the looks of it. But yeah, I didn't actually see it anywhere in that page. That's all in here. Terrible. Okay, so that's a problem. Can we copy? If you copy the link, it's not going to work because it would be wrong. No time at the end, right? I'm going to have to talk to Google about that, aren't we? But they don't listen to me anyway. If I copy it there, that should work. And they've got the time on the end, so that'll work now. Bango. And what was that one that we bookmarked? Oh well, I have to report that as a bug to Google. They're being clever when you paste in something, and they've changed it. Anyway, moving on. All these problems we're finding today. Susan done. Okay, we got this thing here that Susan was looking at the other day. It's a really old video I did, which is quite good. I was just gonna bring it up on the screen. If you've not seen it, it's quite clever. It converts the alphabet into numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And so it's saying what makes 100%. Okay, so it starts off. Where's the list? The alphabet is equal to 1 for A, up to 26 letters in the alphabet. But this is where it gets really clever. Unfortunately, I didn't get the speed of this right, so I got some music that this plays in the background, but I'll just pause it. So hard work, if you add up the words in hard work, it adds up all the letters, it comes to 98%. And knowledge is 96%, which is quite interesting. Love equals 54%. Which is very true, and luck equals 47%. And then what makes 100%? Money is 72%. So pay attention here, you UFO channels out there trying to make a buck. Leadership is 89%. Every problem has a solution. If only perhaps change our attitude, we go to the top. And attitude adds up to 100%, which is very true. And just carrying on. Attitude to life and work makes our life 100%. Attitude is everything. And here we go. Bullshit equals 103%. Which is damn right. Ass kissing, I mean, 118%. Isn't that so true? Ass kicking even further, 122%. What happens after that? Okay, so now it talks about distances by a factor of 10 each time, because this is actually quite good. So this is an old email I got with a PDF in it, and I thought I'd convert it to a YouTube and make it more available to everybody. So this is like a 20-year-old thing that someone did. I'm not sure who did it, but it's really clever. So we're looking at trees, is it? Moving away, which we see on Google Earth now. This is way before Google Earth and Google Maps, obviously. It was like early other programs that were doing it. So we're going out to the outer rings of the solar system, which we can't see, but they've drawn it on there. The sun is now a small dot. Keep going out, 100 light years from us, and quite a lot of light years, 1 million light years. We start to see our spiral galaxy, and then it just turns back downwards each time. So we gradually go into our solar system again, but it goes further down. It goes down to atomic level. It doesn't start off with the atomic level. It started off with the treetops, didn't it? So now it's going down to where we started. And now we're looking at an actual leaf on the tree. And then we're looking at cells, individual cells, and then atoms, and then DNA inside it. DNA made up of atoms. Bingo! So yeah, I thought I'd show you that again because it's quite good. I thought the bullshit thing was dead right. And attitude, and of course we're talking about that bullshit. So we got this guy here, which is, I never saw this little video clip, but I thought I'd include it because it's quite funny.
New video is on the way. I don't know why I needed to tell you that in video form, but it's coming. It's 3 a.m. I'm in a Walmart parking lot. Had to run a quick errand. Promise I'm not buying.
Okay, you saw he looked to the side where people were making up a story.
Drugs.
There you go.
I had to come up and grab some more coffee to stay up.
Looking over this way all the time.
Soon.
He's just grabbing some coffee, not drugs or hookers, right?
New video is on the way. I don't know why I needed to tell you that in video form, but it's coming. It's 3 a.m. I'm in a Walmart parking lot. Had to run a quick errand. I promise I'm not buying drugs. I had to come up and grab some more coffee to stay up. So see.
Still people believe him. But anyway, I thought I'd include that for a laugh. And of course now we got this guy here, alien addict, having a go at me, calling me names. Couldn't use my real name. I think it's childish. But yeah, I won't play his video. But I just want to bring up some comments. Remember last time I said that it was a bit suspicious how suddenly his Patreon grew pretty quick. As soon as he stopped listing security team videos. Well, he's gone and listed the people's names that are paying him, apart from one, I think it was, in the video, saying it wasn't Tyler paying him off. But that's not the Patreon that I'm worried about. It's just that unlisting his videos obviously is to play the fans off, saying, oh, I'm pro Tyler, I don't mean to give him a hard time, he's not really a hoaxer, you know, I'm going to unlist his stuff, because I've said these comments here. I said, mate, you're a player, just own it. You play debunkers versus hoaxers all the time to build your channel. I don't care about your Patreon, it's how you deal yourself. Claiming third face on the moon have changed and promoting each other. That's enough for me. You can't prove you're not getting money for a PayPal directly. We know UFO proof admitted taking money from Tyler and even, and of course I haven't got the rest of the message there, but even LG I said. Yeah, so made these longer ones here. You notice I don't make up names for you two clowns, which was Alien Addict and Goofon. I don't call Rich Dick, do I? Rich is short for Richard, which is Dick, you know. And I don't say Oliver for, what's his name? Ollie is his name, Olive. So I don't say those names when I'm attacking them. I attack the message, not the messenger. Claiming your guest knows more than me about UFOs is laughable at best. So he's talking about his mate called Ozzy. Although I don't think he is Australian. His name is Oswald or something like that. Yeah, but he was, if you go and watch him on his live stream, he was blabbing about lots of things which had been debunked and exposed as fakes. And he was saying how Contact 2019 was a really great TV show when every episode was just BS. Apart from the very last one where they talked to, what's his name? Mark D'Antonio seeing a USO on a radar of a submarine. That was the only one that was actually proven to be actually legit UFO case. The other ones are all a wee bit suspect of being faked in that whole show. So yeah, well, you can go and watch his stuff and see what I mean, but I just don't like that blue screen that he uses on all his stuff. It's just off-putting. It's very cold. Why do that? Because he's a bit worried about his ginger skin. That's from what I gathered. Yeah, because people are laughing at his ginger beard. So yeah, you can see what I say there anyway, but I'm not just going to go over it. We know all about these big channels and what they're up to, and when you're sort of trying to be friends with them, it's obviously trying to get subs and views, right? So I don't bother doing that sort of nonsense. I'm not going to change my morality for getting subs. People sub to me, they want the truth, that's what they're going to get. They ain't going to get the bullshit. And he posted a comment saying he doesn't want to beef with me, and I said, it seems you want a beef, and your buddy Goofon, who is a known idiot in ufology, just that you don't work with real researchers in the field. I do. And of course, as you know, I've had Earl on there a few times, but I also talked to other people out there, which if you listen to some of the things they said about these idiots online, it would have you cracked up laughing. Simply promoting bullshit like Bet's Ball and guests on that believe everything is not going to advance UFO field. So yeah, he's saying that I can come on and debate him and all that, but you know, what's the point, you know? But yeah, I just want to do a passing mention there. They're trying to bait me. They got that little plug there for me from talking about it, but I don't care. If you go and sub to them and follow them, that's up to you. Just don't expect the truth. You'll just be fed a load of stories, which can't be verified. I don't think I've ever seen him debunk anything recently either. He's turned off all his debunks for Tyler because he feels sorry for the guy. Because a criminal has a hard day, you don't ease off him. You keep the same pressure on, you keep your stuff up. So bring awareness to what they did in the over the years, in the past as well as in the future, which is yet to come. Hopefully, maybe he's changed his mind about coming back to YouTube, but I think once the court cases are out the way, he will be back, right? So yeah, it looks like I've chewed up a lot of time again on all those other cases. But we have a quick look, I guess. We got 6 watching constantly still, but same as normal, really. Yeah, it's stupid, alright, Susan. I'm going to have to report it as an error. Really, it should have built into the player chapters where you can actually create a... I don't know how you do it, though. You'd have to store all the information as you click it as you're watching it to create chapter points. Maybe they'll improve that in the future, but still, they shouldn't muck around with the cut and paste of the description there. So it means you're gonna have to put well, I'm gonna have to put every time I paste it there. Note, you can't click the links. You have to select copy and then paste it to get it to jump to where you want to. Kind of stupid. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, some pictures of a lamppost, is it? Yeah, so what are we looking at? A sun behind the clouds? A bird nest up there on the tree. Apart from that, I don't see anything UFO-y. Yeah, what are we looking at now? Okay, it's inside a car. We've got reflection. You can see the curvature of the glass. And I suppose we're going to have to read out the description of it. So we know it's behind glass now. And if you see a UFO there, I think you got better eyesight than I have. Got a reflection. I got some high mass things in the background there, antennas of some kind. Okay, so let's have a read what it's saying, because looks like another nonsense one, doesn't it? Oop.
We were driving along I-5 and I took some pictures of the clouds because there is what appears to be a cloud in the shape of an angel with a ring around it off to the side of what appeared to be an upside down volcano, and when we were looking at the photos we clearly seen a UFO over the angel. There are 3 other witnesses.
Angel. And what country are we looking at here? Washington. I thought this sounded really South American. Hey, angel. So where's the angel, guys? Seeing things in clouds. If you can see an angel in that, you're doing pretty well, I think. It's amazing what MUFON will get. You know what MUFON will do with that one. Waste of time, close, hoax. No, I can't even see any pareidolia where angel is. Unless they're talking about this little bit here where it's like a side view. But still. Jesus. So yeah, let's go back. Find someone that's not a complete religious nut job. How come it's changed? Went to the picture that we just looked at. Oh, here. Okay. Okay, we've got a lot of lights in this one here, so let's have a look. Looks like it's around the wrong way, which doesn't help, because we've got no way to rotate it on the software, which doesn't help. I can see a little dot or 2 dots. Two little dots there. Hard to know if it's lens flare because there's a lot of light source here in this image. That's why you need a video. Okay. Motion blur, and it's being moved, so it's stretching the image out. Distorting it. But we're getting a roller shutter effect there. So some of it's in not being moved, well, some of it is. So rolling shutter would have been going down top to bottom. So if he moves his camera up or down with rolling shutter, it's going to create these long streaks in places in the video, in the photograph, I mean, as well as a video if he was doing one. So yeah, it's a bit hard to tell by that. Why is these other ones not loading up? Kind of weird. Now it is. Okay, we got these double lights which don't help. 3 mask light or 2 mask light there, which kind of matches up with the 2 dots over here. I think it's just a reflection from the high high mask light. Tongue twister. And again, let's have a look. Yeah, there's the 2 spotlights matching up with this one over here. So 2 dots reflecting in glass going this direction. So what do they have to say? Did they see it with their own eyes? That's always the first question. And the answer is going to be no, probably.
Me and my friend were out ploughing, recorded a glimpse of it in the sky. We even pulled over another plough guy to see if he was seeing it. It was a very bright light above Rib Mountain, and I'd say it was about 5,000 to 10,000 up, glowing very brightly. It released 2 orbs separately. The orbs could only be seen on a cell phone camera, not with the naked eye, which caught me by surprise. When taking a pic of it, the orbs were flying around it like keeping station or guard. We tracked it for about 2 hours in the sky from one end of the city to the other. It never moved.
Moving around as he moves the camera, right? How stupid, you know. Another waste of time one. You see, this is the crap that keeps getting submitted. These people will be watching too much UFOman and Tyler Clockner, right? That's the problem. This is what these other UFO channels do. They don't train people to be good UFO skywatchers. You should be able to self-debunk stuff like that, right? So here we go. We've got one over the sea, and you know straight away that we're going to get atmospheric inversion. It's going to be a certain location where something appears to be floating. And hey, bingo! We got a floating island. Let's zoom into that one. Okay, so what do we got? Looks like a bird. Bird, with the compression artifact added. Could be a plane, and plus some inversion through the atmosphere there, distorting it. And we haven't got a video of it, unfortunately, by the looks of it. No video. Okay, what are they saying? I took this picture and then saw UFO.
I took this photo of White Island volcano zoomed in with my LG G8 phone camera. Once I had uploaded it to my FB page, I noticed something in front of the volcano. I am unsure of what it is. I didn't notice anything with my naked eyes. I am not sure what I have. Could it be an airplane?
So, Bay of Plenty, that's up in my country here in New Zealand. White Island is the one that exploded recently, and they had tourists on that. They got cooked and killed by the gas. So you might have heard that on the news recently. They were warned that it was active and not to probably take tourists out there, but it looks like the operators didn't listen. Money. So yeah, not much you can do with this one. It's clearly going to be a seagull or possibly a small plane, but yeah, it has that bird shape to it. Because you get the little white blob in between, it kind of looks like it fills it in between the wings and the tail fin. And you can see you're not going to be able to get much quality out of that pixel, so you can see how small it is. But we have a look. drink. It looks bare without the counters. Wonder if they've been fixed yet. Let me just check. Likes, see if it comes up. And that's still 4. I think we're up to 7 now. Yeah, 7. It's a shame that Google did that, right? So it looks like I might have to be working on some other project in the week to try and have another solution. Okay, we saved that. And stick it through paint. It's going to be very small. Don't know if I got it. I think it's close. That one should be big up. Paste to a new image. That's close. Okay, so there's a better image of it. So it looks like it's got a bird shape going on there. There could be even a bit of cloud behind there between the tail and the wings. You generally get a blobby bit. You can see the glowing outline here. This is to do with MP4 compression, where it compresses some of the colors in the image to make it smaller. So we can muck around with the brightness. It's not a plane, is it? I don't think, because once we do that one, because it looks like it's too bulky. Is it tail fin there, or is it like the angle? It could be like the wing, and the wing going up here in a flat motion. You can see it's a real photograph. It's got all the pixels there. Again, you're getting all this background that you don't normally get to see, because we're changing all the different color blues into other colors to make things pop out. But you can see here it's definitely not a plane shape. It's definitely looking natural, organic. I think we're looking at a wing coming up to another wing there, a body of a bird. Because we can't see the other wing coming in here, so that would be the tail feathers in the middle there. Another wing on the other side, the beak coming up this side. So if we compare it to skull flying away, I'll be able to get the image, something similar. Of course, it may not be a gull. That's the other problem. Let me just have a look. What else could it be that we have in New Zealand? North Island. Gulls are everywhere though. Seagulls. Not too sure. What's going on here? Does it look like a bendy wing of a seagull? I suppose it could be. You get that little bit coming in. And the other one going up here, but the rest of the body's here. I think it's a seagull. Best guess on that one. Now you can see all the different position of the wings here. So here's the example here, this one here. Has that little strippy bit coming out the back. And we're not seeing the other wing in the picture. Let's see, save that one. It's easier to do it when you got side by side. Okay. Should have worked. Alright, it's because I got this open. Just cancel that. Ooh, it's a lot smaller. So if it's going the wrong direction, slightly the wrong angle too, but still. Tail fin, maybe. But then I would have thought that bit was coming up here, that direction. If it was, I think we probably have to turn that bird. If we can turn that bird around on the Z axis, I think we probably get the right angle. And the wings are slightly too high there. But anyway, yeah, not worth worrying about. It's definitely a bird. Okay, they're moving on. It's not the right, symmetrical shape to be a UFO. I'll just keep that open. How are we doing for time? Oh, right. We've still got a wee bit of time. Let's just keep going. Yeah, with that, by pure chance we come across the New Zealand one. So where did we get to? Down there. Okay, we've got a line going across this one. What's this one here? We'll come to that one in a minute, I suppose. Looks like it could be a snow one. It's funny how it loaded at the bottom of the page, so at the top of the page. That's kind of weird. That one's got two little circles in the sky. So which one should we look at? I was going to look at that one first. So let's see what they're saying here.
My daughter was driving and noticed an object in the sky ahead of us. She asked me what it was. I said I did not know. She said, "It has a round look like a drone, but does it have any wings?" I said I did not see any wings or any exhaust. I took a picture and then a few seconds later it went up and totally out of sight. We were driving north on 87 about a mile or so out of Pittsburgh. The object came into view on the left side of the road, up in the sky, and traveled east to west across the road and then up and out of sight. I have seen thousands of aircraft, etc., and have never seen anything like this object.
So, is that a picture of nothing or what? Can see like a white whispery cloud there, but looks in the middle. Doesn't look like it's an object there. That's the maximum zoom I can get. It's hard to know, because they're filming through a car window as well. It could be a reflection. But yeah, it doesn't really give us much to go on, does it? Apart from a story. I took a picture, then a few seconds later it went up. But we don't even see it. So that one's a waste of time. Yeah. Has it gone backwards again? S2. It's gone back to the first screen. How stupid is that? Another bug. We're surrounded by bugs today. What's that one there? Oh, that looks like a Google map. I don't want to play around with that one. What's this one talking about? Oh, looks like a cut and paste of a web page. Bit suspect on that one. Got some funny characters there at the end. Oh, that'll do.
On Saturday, February the 22nd, 2020 from approximately 1600 hours-18:00, I used my iPhone 11 to take pictures and videos of my friend snowboarding Mont Ripley Ski Hill in Hancock, Michigan. That same night around 2200 hours, I stepped out for a smoke and was particularly drawn to and aware of the night sky, clear visibility, and exceptionally a big bright star. I stepped out again for another smoke between 2:30-02:45 and noticed it was gone. I went outside one more time around 4:55 to go to the airport and could not find it. I had not looked at any pictures or videos until sometime around 8:30 Sunday morning, February the 23rd, 2020, while sitting at Chicago Area Park waiting to return to Colorado. I was raised in Horton, Michigan from 1972 to 1985. I lived in Lower Michigan from 1985 to 2003. I moved to Colorado Springs fall 2003 to present where I currently reside. From October 2004 to 2012 I lived approximately 1.5-2 miles from Cheyenne Mountain Complex, Narade, while working at Fort Carson as a DOD employee providing pre-post, periodic, and annual deployment health assessments. In 2007 I transferred to the VA to develop, manage, and implement their military sexual trauma program. I medically from the VA in 2012, after an incredible 3-year EOC battle as a whistleblower. Pic 1 shows a little ski shack with what looks like a large moon above it. You can barely see my friend at the top on his snowboard. Pics 2 and 3 shows my friend coming down the run without it. Pic 4, shot on Wednesday, February the 19th, 2020, shows 2 different shape UFOs splitting into 2 identical shapes. I never saw any of these pictures or anomalies until the morning of Sunday, February the 23rd, while waiting for a connecting flight from Chicago to Colorado Springs.
Okay, so what do you think they were in the photographs? I'll give you some idea in a minute. But I can't see any UFO in that one. So yeah, what do you think of those ones that I was looking at to start with? I see a bird, pelican. Yeah, it could be a pelican, but I'm not sure if we get those ones up in MUFON. Yeah. It's definitely a bird of some kind anyway. So what's this thing over the edge here? Oh, that's because I moved that. So what else we got? So yeah, what do you think of this ski one? Any guesses before I give you my opinion? I know it's on an angle, one of them, but this one here, what do you think that one is? I noticed when I was zooming in, because he didn't see it with his own eyes, didn't he say? He said only saw it in the pictures. To me, it looks like some ceiling lights. See that? It's got the insert with the bulb. You can see the bulb filament in that. I wonder if I can get my pointer back. When I zoom in, the mouse disappears. Yeah, see, it's got little filaments, bulbs inside. Looks like it could be like some spotlights. Looks like he's taking it through a window, maybe. What's this here? Reflecting off a window. That's about all I can think of. Can we see any other reflections? And if you ever look at these lights here, I noticed they got these triangle bits here. So could it be a light that's turned on close to the... So I can't seem to get it. See those funny shaped lights there? Looks very similar to what's in the picture. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so could that be outside lights reflecting off the window coming down? Or ceiling lights on a spotlight ramp, a rail. So yeah, you've probably seen me bring those ones up before. So the guy's blabbing on about that he works at, what was it, a secret Area 51 or something? I'd have to listen to it again. Ceiling. UFO lights. Crap it. At least that's correct in my spelling. Oh, these lights are actually shaped like UFOs. So I was looking for the reflection ones. It looks very similar to this one here. With a row of lights on the ceiling. What else we got? But can you tell that it's actually through a window on that one? Apart from seeing the trimming. But if you zoomed in that, could you tell that it's through a window? No, you can't, right? Unless it's got some dirt on the window. And I think I can see a little speck of dirt on that one there. Little black dot. If I can get my mouse there. Little black dot. Which is on the outside of the window there. Any other good pictures? That was quite a lucky one that come up straight away. TR3B. It looks like mucked around with triangle UFO. It looks like it's painted of some kind, but you can get that sort of shape with lights as well. It's funny how that's come up with the lights when I typed it in, probably because it's got lights in the description for the corners. But why would it be ceiling though? Why would ceiling come up that in the search? Kind of strange. And of course we've got the International Space Station ones. Yeah. Which you get reflection on the window. lights in the background. Stupid, really. Anyway. Yeah, if I would have got more images. But yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, I don't think we could do much more of that one. What did he say again? It was a long blurb. I was looking at the image and listening too much. After a 3-year battle as a whistleblower. Yeah, you can see it sounds bullshit. He done it straight away. You know, it sounds like something which security would have up. Whistleblower leak. What's his name? I wonder. See here, looks like a cut and paste job. 2 different shape UFOs. Looks like someone's taken it from a website and posted it up as a new case, right? 22nd of February. This is sort of crap that people do. Unless he's reported it to a new UFO site and he's just cut and pasted and made up a case to get MUFON to look at it. But yeah, look, I don't know, it's got so much hoaxy feel to it. He knows he's taking pictures of ceiling lights. So anyway, we'll keep on looking. Reflection off camera. Oh, you mean the flash or what? Susan. No, yeah, sometimes you can get the reflection of the camera in the window itself, but in this case it's not. We're not seeing a reflection, as far as I can see there, of the camera taking the picture. But yeah, that would help us to debunk it as through a glass pane. That looks like these 2 little dangly ones you get in rooms. And that looks like 2 spotlights. And why would you have 2 lights like that though? Well, these ones look closer because they're brighter. These ones look more in the background. So yeah, lights dangling down on something anyway. Ceiling fan maybe? That's probably what it is. Anyway, bit of a waste of time one again. Let's have a quick look at some more. It would be good to get some really good video or something, you know, but you can see how disappointing it is. So we're going to have a look at this one here, I guess. Missouri. I'll read it out and we'll have a look at the image.
When I took the submitted picture, media file 1, with my camera phone, I was intending only to photograph a pretty sunset. At the time I didn't realize anything else was in frame. I wasn't fixated by the sunset. Then, when I studied my photo later, I noticed 2 aerial, white objects up in the cloud area. Zooming in on them, I believe they are clearly not celestial bodies, aircraft, street lights or any other readily identifiable objects. I have circled them in the second picture, media file 2, for convenience. Did you see it? Have a comment or question? Discuss it below.
Okay, so again we're probably looking at lens flare, aren't we? So we've got 1 light lit on each of those lampposts. Looks like they're blowing the lights and they haven't bothered replacing them. So we got 2 lamppost lights there. Let's see which ones he's circled. does it line up with lampposts? Well, let's see how you do it. How'd you invert it in your head? That one normally would go that direction, that one would go that direction. It's got to be those two lights reflecting off the glass of the camera itself. Of course, there could be another street lamp we're not seeing here. That's cropped off the image. So where would that other street post be here? Would there be one right here? I'm trying to see, could the angles work? Normally it would be flipped. That one would be flipped this direction. And sort of matches up with that one. Flipped. And that one would be so I think this one here, I think that one we're not picking up. That one, and I think there's something in the distance here that's reflecting on here. A bit hard to tell without more photographs. But yeah, it could be LED LED balloons as well. We can't rule that out. But they're not very bright, but it is a big cloud cover there. So they could be just below the cloud cover there. I still think it's lens flare on that one though. So yeah, next one. Let's have a look at this one here. We'll do this one for the last one and wrap up for the night. 3:30. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the tickers. Damn it. I was hoping to be able to catch up on things next week, but it looks like I'm going to have to do some more projects. I'm really annoyed. So straight away we got a lot of light sources on this one, and we're going to get inverted. Anything going this way is going to invert the opposite way. But could it be Chinese lanterns as well? So let's just have a look. Or is it just all light sources from all those damn lights there? Wow. There's quite a lot of stuff in the sky there that sort of matches up with all these lights here. What else we got? Don't see it there, but we got one. Looks really cold there. So he's zoomed in there compared to the other one. So what are we meant to be looking at? See a faint one there. Can't see any other ones. Only that one where it's zoomed right out. Kind of looks like it's even spaced. Two little dots there, two little dots there. 1, 2, 3, 4, just sort of line up. I don't know. It could be reflection again. It could be LED balloons that's floating off. Two little lights here, but why can't we see those ones? 2, 2. So many light sources here that could be seeing some of them and not all of them. 2, 2 there. It's got to be lens flare, surely. Let's see. City lights. It's not going to give us the right ones. Got to focus ones. I'm at the type of UFOs. Okay, so we've got some here. Got one of multiple sources of light. Nope. Street lamp. I know UFO Interest normally has one put up. Let's see if we can find some. Search lights, reflections. Can't type for shit. Reflection. This keyboard, it pushes the keys one over too far. It's just really annoying. Keyboard should be standard sizes, location. I shouldn't have them muck around with it on laptops. Reflection at UFO of interest. You got to put that there to search his ones only. He's bound to have loads of pictures of examples. If we got the right keyword. Okay, we got a reflection, but that one was a different one, right? That wasn't a light. That's the sun reflecting off ice crystals, that one. City lights. International Space Station. Oh, here we go. Let's have a quick look at that one. Oh, that's the one that I said was a bird. Obviously, it's been mucked around with. He said it was an internal light reflection. He was wrong. Okay, where's the birds? Where's the lights? I mean, he's got normally better ones than this. Ceiling lights, another 2 ceiling lights. Here's one with internal lights. So here's an example. But he hasn't got. He's put a picture of the interior. So we ain't got no actual real image to line up the lights with. Car dash lights. What was that one about? Yeah. Is that all we got? No, there's a lot better stuff than this. Gotta be. I think Twitter doesn't show you all the research. Lights, reflection, lights, city. Try that. Oh, here we go. Blue light. Transformer explosion. No, we don't want that one. Oh, well, I thought I was going to find some examples, huh? Oh, look at that. Spotlights. No. International Space Station city lights. Crap. What's this one? MUFON case, weird purple lights. I recovered that one. No, I'm pretty sure there's another one. McWest might have something. McWest. I probably got something. I'll probably search my own list. Yeah, looks like City Light Stadium. What was that one? Oh yeah, that one. UFO Jane again. That looks like I'm not going to get an example. That's why you got to do prepping before you do a live stream, so you got it handy so you don't waste too much time. What have I typed wrong? Yeah, let's talk about the city lights and the camera angle. Yeah, so light pillars. Now that's ice crystals again. City lights below makes it like a beam going upwards. But yeah, can't find an example. Which is annoying. There's another UFO one, but then you got the three lights here, but it's nothing to do with these. So this is actually flares being dropped in the distance. That one was a kind of tricky one because of the big light source here. I've talked about that one in the past. They took a couple of stills from their video where it forms triangle pattern, but you can see the flares slowly coming down. In Russia, that was Daily Mail. No, can't get any examples of street lamps to angles of lights apart from that 1952 case. So let's bring that up then. 1952 UFO photo, which is a fake. This one here, but we want a far away shot. Here we go. So these lights again, compared to that one, you got these triangle patterns happening, reflected back up into the cloud layers here. Two lights there, two lights there, but it should be inverted though. Let's see. These ones end up over here, and those ones end up over there, I think. Let's see. So I always get my head screwed up around the vision of the lens, how it sort of flips it up. Debunk. Yeah, that one there again I think is lights. Car parking high mast light or something like that. But yeah, where's the debunk for it? We have covered it in the past. I suppose we could bring up an old video. Now I'm just trying to find it again. Maybe it's that one. Nope. Reflection. There's a far away one. Fakery. Oops, not the microphone. So black and white, you can't actually see the lights, but they're down here. There's another image. But I want to know how they triangulate. Oh, here we go. So this guy, like I was saying, these ones over here seem to flip over this direction. And these ones over this side flip over that direction. So that's what I was looking for. So here's matched every light bulb to every light in the sky of that famous photograph. But obviously it doesn't pick them all up. This one here hasn't shown up, and these two over here haven't shown up, and that one hasn't shown up. So obviously the camera doesn't pick up all the light reflections. But there is something there, isn't there? It looks like it could be one over there. Looks like it could be a real faint one. But that's how the camera, how optics work, right? It's like looking in a mirror. You see the inverse of the image, but we don't see it like this, do we? So the camera does it slightly different because it's reflecting of the way the lens is made up. It has like other lenses in between. So the light comes in, inverts the image, flips it around, then it reflects back off the lens inside to the front lens, which then inverts it like that direction. I've covered it before, but it's quite complex when you look at it, because we're looking at front on here. And lenses and camera. It causes reflections. I've covered it before. There was a nice little diagram I once had. So if I can find it again. No, it's not looking promising. There was a diagram of some kind. How do we change that diagram? Oh, here we go. So what happens is the light comes in from the street lamp, and some of it bounces off the internal lens here, flicks back onto the front lens again, and shows up as a white dot, and then that goes back through the other lens towards the sensor. So you got the original source here, and because of this concave lens here, it's changing the angle that direction upwards, and then shows up as a new light source. And there might be some other ones depending on the angles, right? So the angles coming in on that lens changes it all. I think that's the only decent one we got. Oh, here we go. Concave. So it looks like what it's doing with the street lamps, right? So the light's coming in here, and then it reflects back, and you get the angles happening. Complicated stuff, I know. That's to do with the multiple lenses inside. This is what you get in a smartphone as well, but all cameras have it. Little miniature lenses. So that's how the lens flare happens, right? So the light comes in, bounces off that, and then bounces back off there, so you get your lens flares. So that's the technical side of how it happens. And the more lenses you have, and the telephotos, it gets a bit more complicated, as you can see. So the way around this is to create metal lenses of the future, which doesn't use glass at all, but it uses titanium rods. So they're experimenting with that at the moment, so you don't get any image artifacts. So if that technology ever comes to light, so to speak, they'll be putting it into space to be able to magnify distant galaxies. So yeah, but yeah, you can see it inverts there. So if we go back to the stalker one, can we work out all the angles? So lights from over here reflect that way, and lights from over here reflect that way. So so that bright one here could be like 2 bits inside the lens here, is that one there. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So they're further down, so they're going to reflect further up. They're further down in the picture. So the ones that lower down are going to reflect further up. So it must be these ones underneath. 1, 2, 3. Maybe that one there. That one there. And that one there. 3 of those. That one there. Can't quite see where that one's disappeared to, but it should be about there. And we got some other bright light ones here. Could be that one there. And these ones coming over here. That one there looks like it could be that one there. That one there. And then we don't see the other one for some reason. Close together, looks like it might be 2 blobs. It's a bit hard to tell. So you can start to see more fine blobs here, matching up with more of the lights. So, but unfortunately I can't get my mouse pointer when it's like that, which is a shame. 2 little dots here seems to match up with those 2 or those 2. The angle seems to match that one there more. Go in this direction. Those ones looks like they're just showing up there. So it's got to be lens reflection, eh? So now we've got that figured out in our mind. That goes that way and that goes that way. We can close that one down. Yeah, so if you want to have a look at that page there, you can. I've probably lost a few people over that technical stuff there, trying to figure it out again. So 1952. Oh, fake UFO picture. Light reflections. Example. That one's always a good one to refer to, so then you can work it out in your head how the optics work from a frontal camera shot. like I said, I couldn't figure it out until I refreshed my mind there. Oh, I'll give you the link to that one if you want to have a quick look yourself. You can see it better on your screens probably. See if you can line up all the lights to all the little dots that you can't quite see there. Exercise for you. Lights, what do you call it? UFO stalker. Lights. And because he zoomed in or he cropped the image, I'm not sure. We're not seeing the lights above that point there anymore. What did he do there? He changed the angle, I think. Let's see. The white car's there. And he's moved forward. And that one there. Too far back? Is he further back there? He's definitely closer there. So that's beyond the, because he's further back just enough that the lights don't show up in the photo cells. Alright, so it's not sensitive enough. And it looks like he's walking forward, taking pictures there. Let's have a look. So that's the furthest one away. That one's the closest. The car. Did he actually explain what he did with the pictures there at all? No. So he's walking forward, taking pictures. Looking at his phone as he's walking, probably. Sees the lights and then they disappear because of the angle and because of the photo cells not detecting it in low light. So yeah, that was the last one we were going to look at, wasn't it? We better get going. It's 6 o'clock coming up. What's happened here? Alright, still loading some more. Man, I realise the time flies when you're looking at this stuff. I don't even pay attention. So look, again, we've got, looks like a ceiling light on that one. That one's drawn all over it. That one's at least got a video. Pictures not much cop though. Venus. There's a lot of house lights there too. That one's screwed. What's happened there? Didn't upload properly. A ball of light hovering over our air hub. Was it? Airbnb. What's that? Am I reading that correctly?
Ball of light hovering over our Airbnb 2 nights in a row, size of a basketball. Comes in closer, then recedes back out and stays in place, just appearing to be watching.
Yeah, okay, probably need to look at the video on that one. I wonder if it'll play. Probably not fast enough. Let's download it. Let's see how long it'll take. Let's have a look at this one. I know you guys probably want to get to bed. What's the time over there now? Shouldn't be that late though, should it? Let's see. 10 o'clock? Oh, I suppose it's heading up there. So we got a live stream with Rob tomorrow. I'm not sure what the topic is now.
Dude, look how...
Oh, it started playing. It was playing. I better stop that. How do we? What's the pause button not working though? Yeah. Look.
Look how. I mean.
8 minutes. We might have to cancel that one. That's not what I thought, you know. I wish they upload them to YouTube or something, right? Then it'd be super fast. Yeah, so it could be anything in the sky. Lead balloon, perhaps he's filming. Anyway, I better round up there, guys.
That's incredibly close. Look at it.
I still try and play. It's useless. Okay. I'll post a link to that one if you want to have a look. See if I can remember to look at it next time. I'll leave it on that page. UFO stalker orb. Okay.
Put it in the camera.
They're still trying to play it. Okay. Why won't it stop? I have to reload it probably. That's done it, I think, is it? Yep. Okay. And leave it there, hopefully. And I don't know if they got the ticker fixed or not. Generally, something happens at the end of the live stream normally, where it's working again. No, still down. Damn it. So it's not going to be ready for tomorrow. Unless I do some serious coding all night long. Oh well. Thanks guys anyway for joining us. Whoever joined us. And I'll just wind down the credits now. Go on, Paul. So yeah, thanks for sharing, liking and all that business, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Good night.